Hey guys, Luxker here. It's back. Welcome to Season 2 of Xeno News, a monthly news series where a guest and I talk about stories related to Xenogears, Xenosaga, and the Xenoblade games. I am joined by Meliari Melody, a fellow gacha YouTuber who is an extremely huge fan of Xenoblade X. How are you doing, Melia?
I'm doing great.
Funny to say that because, Melia is, my favorite Xenoblade character, and I'm talking to a YouTuber whose name is actually Melia. Can't you believe it? But yeah, I'm really excited to talk about, a very special trailer that has just been recently released here with Xenoblade X Definitive Edition. And my goodness, it looks super fantastic, and I just seriously can't wait to talk about it with you.
Yeah, I want to cry.
It's just fantastic. I know you're a huge fan of it, and we're going to discuss a lot about it too, But don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be notified on more videos like this one. It helps improve my motivation to make videos each and every day. So let's go ahead and get started on Xenoblade X Definitive Edition. So, like I said, this trailer that just recently released this month, it just looks freaking incredible. A vast improvement over the Wii U version in its visuals, and it's just such a fantastic, just transformation of the original game all around. The character models look so good. They showed off, some of the characters that you get to recruit in the game. The environments look great. They showed off more places too, and even a spot where I remember this in the original E3 trailer for in the Wii U version. I remember just the character just jumping off of a cliff like this and just falling to their death, and it always felt so striking to me. It just felt like a great time in general.
I'm very excited to go back to everything, even though I've already played this game at least 5 times now. I never get tired of it. It's one of my favorite games for a reason because, it's just so giant. Believe it or not, it's actually bigger than Breath of the Wild in scale. So you have endless content here, a good 200 hours, and you also have online content, of which everyone who played on emulators during this giant... Yeah, during the giant wait.
Yes.
You can finally actually play online with everyone again.
Yeah, it's extremely valuable to have all these features, have all this world just come back again, and just with all the new story additions, just the huge visual upgrade in general, just seeing this stuff, and it's man, I know I mentioned this a whole bunch of times in the past of how I haven't even played Xenoblade X for various reasons, but just seeing this just was a shot of nostalgia, just seeing all this again, and it just even looks better here, just from just going through the trailer alone. But there has been new additions to just the main game itself. We will go to the epilogue later on, and its new additions there. But there's a whole ton of new content in the main story mode, as well as new gameplay in the trailer. So our first thing that I want to talk about is the new map that's been shown off. Now, in the original Wii U version of the game, you can only see this map on the gamepad. That's been a thing that Xenoblade X fans or people who played Xenoblade before say that oh, this part of Xenoblade X isn't going to be coming back because you can't be able to interact with the map the same way you can on the Wii U gamepad. Well, not really here, because not only can you see the map here, you can also see the segments you can go to, as well as the stuff that you can find in each segment too. So yeah, with all the FrontierNav stuff that people have been saying that you can't do in the newer versions, well, sure enough, you can just do it right here. So fantastic work. Just fantastic stuff in general.
It's going to make it a lot more convenient because the original game, I used to play it on the gamepad because you could switch your combat screen on the gamepad or the TV, but the problem was if you switched it to the gamepad, you couldn't actually even access the map unless you put your screen back to the TV. I also like that this is a lot bigger because it used to be, I mean, well, technically the scale is, like, for the hexagons are very small in comparison, but that's to compensate for it showing you a way bigger part of the map. It's going to be a lot more convenient, especially for probes, because in this game, FrontierNav, you basically, your fast travel points that you have to actually find, you have these probes that you basically implant, and it allows you to grind money and grind Moranium and grind even like items and collectibles and stuff. And so it's going to be a lot more convenient. I don't have to look down, and you know, it's quite nice.
Yeah, like that, just having this map just be able to just, you can just go to whenever you want. You don't have to like look down at the gamepad to just look at this stuff is a really nice just feature in general. In addition, just so you don't have to just be able to use a gamepad for like the rest of the game just to use this like simple and useful feature. So that's the FrontierNav, really nice upgrade in general. Next I want to talk about is the gameplay changes when you're in battles. So, but look at this glow up of this UI. Like, back in the Wii U version, like, the UI was, like, literally just microscopic in size. Like, I remember that was, like, one of the most frequent complaints people had about the game. Is the tiny, like, microscopic UI. And it just wasn't really well designed, in my opinion, from what I've seen. But here, the text looks clear. It's big. Like, the UI here with the arts looks really like clean looking, and see what's going on here, like all the combos you get to the side, the arts that the enemy uses here you can finally see, as well as like a lot of great like UI like changes in general. That's probably like the biggest glow up in my opinion from this trailer, is mainly the UI. And, but it's not the UI that actually got a glow up here. There's actually now a tutorial on how to use overdrive. So it basically shows you on the side what kind of combo you can do based on the color arts that you can use. Like for instance, like here it just shows that you can do recovery up, experience up if you do 3 orange arts. The stuff that you can do in the original game, but this time there's actually a nice handy dandy guide you can use. And here is another new feature right here called Quick Recast. When this bar goes up all the way full, you can use the Y button and just make sure you can, you can use that to recharge arts, which is a really nice feature in my opinion, just to be able to like press the Y button and get your arts back just like that. Like a lot of arts in Xenoblade that like use a cooldown timer like really needed this sort of thing, and I think this really helps out the game in general. So what do you think about this new glow up for the battle system and UI, Melia?
It's insane, honestly, because and in the original game you get overdrive in chapter 5, and they just kind of do not tell you anything, literally nothing. They're just like, yeah, so you unlocked it and that's it. And the funniest part is you had to go on the Wii U E manual to actually understand what you're supposed to do. They do not actually explain it at all. So now they finally they try to make it like Xenoblade 2, where it's just kind of in the corner. However, unlike Xenoblade 2, you can turn it off. As you see, there's a little close button. So if you already know what to do, you can turn it off and kind of not clutter up the UI, which is very nice as well. Such a huge addition, because so many people played the original and they didn't know how to use overdrive, not even until post-game, and it's going to make me very happy to see people finally get to fully utilize it, because it's one of the most fun mechanics in the entire series, in my opinion. Like, absolutely, it's so fun. I would also say the quick recast system is a huge game changer for early game, because early game you only start off with like 3 arts, and you have to level up to get more. So usually it results in you not having arts required whenever your allies ask for soul voice. Essentially, they'll ask for like a yellow art, and you will not have your yellow art, the only one you have at that time, like loaded yet. So you can finally just, you can quick recast and then bam, now you have it. It's very useful, it's very convenient, and it's going to make the combat even faster, which is very crazy because this game is already the fastest in the series.
Yeah, it'll certainly help me figure out the battle system to this game much quicker too, because like I'm a newbie, so I want to make sure like I'm playing this game just correctly in general. So, but what's also really cool is that for like probably like another really big addition to the combat and like the level scaling in general is that the level cap is finally like no longer a thing now. It's now increased to level 99. Even though this just says level 83, this will actually go up to level 99. And as you well know, Melia, the original Wii U version of the game capped at level 60. And it made a lot of like super bosses in particular kind of like a little, I don't know, I wouldn't say like super difficult, but like it was just really strange in general.
Yeah, so I'm very happy about this change. It's going to be a lot of work for them because they're going to have to incorporate a whole lot of brand new scales to compensate for the new levels, because originally scales go by level 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, so they're probably going to have to make some like new scales, and that's awesome because like I love having new scales, of course, but they're going to also have to rebalance like the entire game. All the weapons are based on level, all the gear are based on level, and all of the super bosses, they are like 70, 80, and then the hardest super boss in the game is normally 99, so they're going to have to rebalance them, or maybe even add new super bosses, which would be really cool. I'm very happy about this as well, because in the original game, I honestly feel like you hit the cap pretty easily. I mean, at least if you're anything like me, where I kind of grind. I like grinding a lot. It's so fun to do combat, and when you have online features especially, it's so easy to reach that cap, so it's going to allow people to be able to just have fun with the online more, and I guess just not immediately feel like they're at the end of the game just because they were doing a bunch of combat.
Yeah, very cool stuff in general of the level cap. Well, another unique feature is stuff that was implemented in past Xenoblade games, in particular Xenoblade 3. So the follow ball from the original Wii U version is actually changed now. It's now changed to replicate more on what Xenoblade 3 does in regards to mission structure and being able to figure out where pretty much everything is. And that's because the follow ball now leaves a trail behind it. You can now like see where to go now and basically like go to your next objective from this. And I think it was incredible because I was actually saw footage of what the follow ball looks like in the Wii U version, and my goodness, it was like a pitiful like thing that you just have to just follow this to go to the next mission. So this is just like an incredible change all around.
This is absolutely like, this is luxury, because in the original game, basically it was kind of funny because Tatsu gives you this follow ball, and it's just hilarious because in the original when you would use it, it just kind of zooms off. Like, it literally does not care. It just takes off, and you can't keep up with it. You have to keep spamming it to actually like follow it because it's just so ridiculously fast, and most of the time you just lose track of where it's going. It doesn't have a trail or anything. It was really funny, but it also was like kind of annoying. Here it actually finally has a trail. It definitely reminds me of 3 a lot, but there's one other thing we can see in this this screen right here. Collectibles finally are marked as well. They were never marked in the original, and that is I can't express enough, because this game has the most side quests out of every other Xenoblade game, and it also has tons of kind of like, there's like normal side quests, but there's also a lot of like Xenoblade 1-esque side quests where they're kind of just like collect the thing, you know? This is such a good addition. I can finally find the thing I'm missing because it was kind of tedious.
Yeah,
it
makes finding items just be really hard, I've heard. And like I've actually heard from a few other Xeno tubers that they literally just cannot like do item side quests, specifically because like you can't keep track of them easier. And here it actually does fix this problem. So like Monolith Soft really just wants us to just be able to like have a good time with this, with just being able to do their side quests and not be confused and stuff, and like actually just have a fun time with it. And yeah, just just not being confusing in general is what they were going for here, and that's just really great stuff just to see and whatnot. So yeah, I really enjoy these new additions, the UI, the foul ball change, being able to like your level cap being increased, being able to track your items easier for side quests, all that really fantastic stuff. But what's also really fantastic in general is the character customization is much different now. This only shows the female character, but the female character actually has some new hairstyles. Can you guess what they are? Yeah, so there's a Mithra hairstyle and a Nia hairstyle from Xenoblade 2. The Nia hairstyle looks really weird though. Like, I don't know why like the Nia hairstyle doesn't come with the headpieces, but like there's probably already a cat headpiece already in game already, so it just kind of makes sense regardless. But though like I've heard from some people like, man, they've added these new additions for Xenoblade 2 characters just being in here. But like, where are like the representations of like hairstyles from Xenoblade 1 and 3 characters? Like, what could actually be in here? You know, we also have some like new face paint that you can like put on the characters as well. Some of them like have like Iserd's lines on him. Cosmos's like headpiece from Xenosaga Episode 2, a Minato symbol on their head, Nia's face marks as well. Just some cool like stuff that you can just like decorate your characters with if you ever want. So the character customization's overall been increased wholeheartedly, and it just looks really cool to see that. So
this is going to be a lot bigger than I think people are going to expect, because unfortunately Xenoblade X, it seems like they haven't really changed it, but its customization is a little confusing. Essentially, it may seem limiting, and that's mainly because hairstyles are specifically linked to the face that you choose. So like younger, older, there's like a lot of like face options, and in reality, there in the original there was like 27 hairstyles. So we've only seen one screen so far that showed that we have 2 new hairstyles just for that one, meaning that they're probably going to add quite a few. They're probably going to add 2 for like some of the other faces as well. There was also a screenshot that I saw somewhere. They added a tie-on hairstyle for the males, so I'm pretty sure with all the faces combined, we will likely get Xenoblade 2 and Xenoblade 3 hairstyles. We'll probably get Noah. We'll probably get Rex, because I mean, of course. And that's the big question here. Is the original game? We only had 7 options for voices. And the Japanese, for the English version, and the Japanese version had 10 voice options, and you know, that's a little unfair. Why do they have 10 voice options? And from Japanese footage, we've seen that they still have 10 voice options. So I really hope that the US or UK versions add more voice options, because in the original game, we were able to select Shulk and Fiora as a voice option, and so it would be amazing if we could get like Mithra and, you know, like Noah, Mio. It would be amazing if they could add those as other, you know, references.
Yeah, I agree too. Even though like some people like just point out just from this video alone that like, oh, we're not gonna get as many like hairstyles or like facial features as like we should. But like, give it some time. Like, it'll eventually come, and I believe there's gotta be a lot of customization regarding that. And I can't wait to see more of it too. Like, I'm very excited to see more. One more gameplay feature I definitely want to talk about is what's related to the online functionality. So apparently, you can actually like it's gonna behave similarly to the original game in returns to squad missions, but apparently there's a new feature where you can like use your friend's custom characters as like playable characters in your own game. Apparently, is that correct, Melia?
Yeah. So the original game, you could download other people's like avatars and stuff. Basically, they would only join you for a limited amount of time, and you can help. They can help you kind of grind and stuff like that. But this screenshot right here shows it might not mean anything, but it might mean that maybe we will get actual online, because in the original you could only do avatars like you can only do either download avatars from other people, such as your friends and so on, or you could join people in basically a squad, and you do only like squad missions, and like you have like this weekly boss you can do, but you couldn't actually explore with others in the world. And honestly, that would be a dream come true. And there's this weird wording and kind of weird little things they've added to certain like menus that kind of may hint at it. I might just get it. I might just be getting my hopes up, but it would be kind of nice. I mean, Genshin has it.
Yeah, being able to explore the world with your friends is definitely like something I really hope to do in Xenoblade X, because it's something that like I want to join my friends in squad missions and be able to explore the world together and just have a fun time. And comparatively to like the original version, this will instantly like be very appealing to me, because being able to just join up with friends to like take down these bosses and like go like on like an explore and just explore the world in general is something that I really desire from Xenoblade X just leading into this. So very cool stuff in general. I can't wait to see what more online stuff is here. Post Luxker here. I want to go over something before we go on to the new story and character related stuff shown in the new trailer. And that is the pre-order bonuses. Some of them are digital only goods, while some are physical items you can actually get. No special editions this time around. So when you pre-order Xenoblade X Definitive Edition on the eShop or GameStop, you will get an Exploration Support Pack, which is basically a bunch of credits, some weapons, armor, and augments, which is pretty lame. I understand this is typical of RPGs these days to have this option, but what happens when you want to start a new game after you finish the main campaign, and you can't use this code again to get the digital items? I just think it's a lame pre-order bonus. When pre-ordering Xenoblade X Definitive Edition from Best Buy, you get an exclusive metal poster and a stand, which is pretty fitting. I like Xenoblade posters a lot, and this is probably what I will end up pre-ordering later down the line. But what is a really weird pre-order bonus is the weird ashtray you get when you pre-order Xenoblade X Definitive Edition from Amazon Japan. It's not really something that I want because I'm not a smoker, and I don't really see people my age even use something like this. So really, it's just not worth it. However, the Nintendo UK store just threw these all out the window, because for £10 more, you can get a holographic sticker set and a really sweet desk mat, on top of the keyring you get as a pre-order bonus. I don't know why the US doesn't get any of these bonuses at all. The US always seems to rightfully so get thrown under the bus, which is funny because the US plays a huge role in Xenoblade X. Okay, politics aside, this is easily a better deal, and if you can afford shipping through a proxy, this is basically the better deal out of all of these. Anyways, back to the news. So another thing that was shown off in the second trailer is a new skell, which is called Hravelg in English. It's based off of the character from Norse mythology. A lot of skells, if I remember correctly, are named after Norse characters as well. This specific one is very interesting because it will have like various effects when you use flight mode on it as well. But its pilot is this mysterious character that like has a blade symbol on it. He kind of looks like a character straight out of the Nier games if you ever played those and stuff. This character is a pretty big mystery in general. However, we do know like what kind of character this person is based off of like some things that were shown off in this Art of Mira art book. And also in this trailer, we have a reveal of a new character. Her name is Nael Nail. She's a Claris character. Same character, Celica. Yeah. She's basically a Clarius character. She's actually like shown off in the Art of Mira art book as well. She was actually shown in one of the pages with an earlier design, and just judging from this, we'll get to see more Claris Clarius characters in Xenoblade X as well. Some of them have even piloted different skells as well. Maybe even Hraevelk, who knows? Like right here, for instance. They're showing like these really unique looking skells. I don't think I've ever seen these ones in game before. I think I've heard like maybe there was like a quest in Xenoblade X that like has these skells in them, but I'm not sure if I remember correctly. But Nail it wasn't present in any of these. They were just in one of these skells. But here, they're just shown off in the overworld. So Nail may be able to join you in your party, hopefully.
So this makes me very excited because they are pretty much trying their best to add all the cut content of the original game, which is very, very awesome. It's just like, it's such a treat for X fans who like really, you know, frankly, I'm gonna be honest, we were kind of starving for like years. So, you know, most X fans are so passionate to the point that like, if you went to like a Xenoblade 1, 2, 3 fan, they're probably not going to know the ins and outs of the game and like cut content. X fans, I would say it's probably more common that we do, because we were so desperate to find anything that was supposed to be in the game and, you know, grasping at any potential for a sequel or, you know, a remaster like this. And this is very awesome. I'm also very excited because I'm pretty sure this is going to be incorporated into the main story and not as an epilogue stuff. And that makes me very happy, because one of my biggest wants for Xenoblade X DE was for them to add more story content, because the original story, it's not bad. I think it's overhated, honestly, because it's going for something different. It's very political rather than it's supposed to be like, you know, anime action-y like the other Xenoblade games. But its main problem was it was kind of short. At least, like, the beef of it was pretty short. And this will allow them to add some, like, filler. Well, technically filler, but, you know, like, if it's interesting, it'll allow them to add some new little spices to the original story and kind of keep it interesting, even for older players like me.
Yeah, like, I'm very excited to just see this stuff off, like, all the new story content that, like, especially the stuff that was in the Art of Mirror art book that wasn't even shown off as well. It's good to have more content within the main story, just to flesh it out a little bit more, because, like, I've heard that a lot of the cut content was actually, like shoved to the side in favor of online features. So just having this stuff just being in here, along with the online features, it's just really nice. So, other than that, I'm pretty much good to talking about the main story. So let's go ahead and talk about like the brand new prologue or epilogue to the game of Xenoblade X, which goes into like basically like the cliffhanger ending a little bit more. And that's because now we get to explore basically a whole new region of Mira. And a lot of people have been theorizing what this actually is. People said it's like the center of Mira. Some people said that it's like an offshoot of Mira that you go to. Personally, like, it would be crazy to know that, like, you can actually, like... So, I think this place takes place in the sky, right? Like, you have these sky islands right here that you go to, similar to, like, Tears of the Kingdom. I think this area takes place somewhere in the sky, actually, and you can basically fly up here as a skell. It would be really cool to actually explore the sky, not only just on the ground, but in the sky as well, and just explore it to your heart's content. So I can't wait to see what this actually is more, because like this is like the biggest remaining mystery for me is like what could this place even like entail, you know, in regards to the epilogue.
So this was also cut content, and this is what makes me really happy is this is called Xenoblade X Definitive Edition, and Xenoblade 1 had its, you know, it was called Definitive Edition, and the funny thing about that was it did the same thing. Its epilogue incorporated Bionis Shoulder, which was something that was cut from the original game, and you could fully explore it in, like, hacked Wii versions. This is not the case with this. It was just straight up cut. It never even made it to, like, modeling and all that. But this is yet another time they're adding cut content, that was originally planned to be in the story or as like a region, and they're going to, just like Biona's Shoulder, they're going to do a whole lot more with it. It's not just going to be what it was originally going to be. And so I'm just going to say, for anyone who didn't know, because most people probably don't know this since X is new to all of you. So Xenoblade X obviously ended off on a cliffhanger, as most people have probably heard. And the reason why was because Xenoblade X was originally supposed to be 25 chapters, but they couldn't fit all of it on the disc because this game has so much voice acting and it's huge. It's massive. It was literally it was basically capping out the Wii U's disc, dual disc. So not just like a normal disc. It was too huge, and even beyond that, even if you had a disc, you still had to download 10 gigabytes worth of resource packs just to get the game to load properly. So it was way too big for them to add all the content. So originally, there's supposed to be 13 more chapters to the story, and that's why the story ends off on a cliffhanger. So essentially, what they're doing here is, what I'm theorizing is Xenoblade X2 is for sure going to happen. I am telling you it's going to happen for sure. This right here is going to be a lot more than Future Connected was. It's actually going to connect like straight into the other game. I do not think this is just going to be kind of like Future Connected was, where it's just like, it kind of has some hints about like Xenoblade 3, but it didn't actually really lead to anywhere. I think this is going to be like directly into what Xenoblade X2 is going to have, and we're going to probably get a whole other 12 chapters in that game to finally finish off the story. And I'm really excited because essentially the Black Knight, that mysterious figure that we see, is supposed to be the protagonist. Originally was going to be the protagonist of X before they decided to opt for avatars and add online features. So that's kind of cool, because think about it this way. We're kind of going to get to see like what should be the protagonist outside of a protagonist, like perspective. And I really wonder what they're going to do with it. I can't explain enough how vast Mira's lore is and how much there already is in base Xenoblade X. I just can't wait to see what they're going to do to expand on this. I really like the idea of this being inside Mira, but yeah, it's probably in the sky. Either way, I'm really like hyped for what it could be, but I think there's a lot of implications, lore-wise, for like what's going to go down, and I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too. Like, it just gives a lot of implications. I know you've been saying to me before about like how this epilogue can lead into like the rest of the Xenoblade series, and judging from this scale alone, that the Black Knight pilots, it could probably lead into some hints. I don't know, like maybe a certain I don't know, like a certain thing that Xenoblade 3 brings up, you know, I don't know, this purplish thing. Even though the art book actually like explains what these scales are more in detail, they look more like Ouroboros from Xenoblade 3 in general. I know a lot of Xenoblade fans have been harping on this in a bit, but like, I mean, just wait and see like what this actually is. Like, even though it does look like Ouroboros a little bit more, just like, you know, just from it showing off it, like what could actually be. The Black Knight is obviously piloting this scale itself, and like we still really don't know like what could the Black Knight be up to, and like what its implications for the rest of the series is going to be. But who knows at this point? Like, I love this mystery behind this epilogue, and like what it can mean for the entire series and Xenoblade X going forward. So in general, I really enjoy all of this stuff. Like, I can't wait to see what more is coming, and like I'm just really excited in general. But yeah, one more thing I want to talk about actually is I want to go over to this Japanese Xenoblade X website, where they actually showed off renders for pretty much all the Xenoblade X characters that you can either recruit, like main story members and stuff. And my goodness, all of them look just so sleek. They have their own screenshots and stuff, like similar to how like they revealed characters from Xenoblade 3. They basically showed the same thing here, and man, pretty much mostly all of them look fantastic, like an insane glow up for from like their Wii U counterparts and stuff. Yeah, like all the like the visuals in general just look spectacular. I don't know if you have like a favorite glow up Melia at all for certain character. I don't know.
Definitely, Irina got such a glow up. She looks very different, and I'm a big fan of her. I also love Hope. She looks super cute here, and I'm just such a fan of really all these renders. They look nice because they really capture the original feel without making it like too anime. Because like it's not like I have anything against it. It's just this is a very serious game in comparison. It's like it's set with actual like American survivors. They're like supposed to be real people. So they really captured the feel of all of the original characters very well without like like they look better, but they at the same time they don't lose the feel. Although Gwyn for some reason has a completely different vibe. He has had a huge glow up. There's been like a meme circulating about him.
Yeah, I could see him being pretty big meme material in general just from showing this alone. Yeah, just really cool stuff, like just from this website and just showing all the renders and whatnot. This is actually where all the videos that I've been showing off, like for gameplay related reasons, has come from. And yeah, just really cool stuff. Just showing off from the website. Just if you haven't played Xenoblade X, good way to know who these characters are, what the enemy is with the alien force and stuff that you have to come up against. Just basically shows you like the continents that you're able to explore as well. Another thing I want to talk about the website is this coming soon tab right here. We'll definitely get to talk about this next month, or maybe like in future months, like when we talk about when we get to future Xeno news topics. But I'm very interested to see like what could be coming soon and what more have they basically haven't shown us yet. But yeah, just really freaking cool stuff shown off in this past week. I'm really excited to see more. A lot of great additions, a lot of great like changes. Just I seriously can't wait for this game. Like I'm very excited to play with people online and like just explore Mirror myself. So any final thoughts about this whole thing, Melia?
I'm just so happy because frankly I played Xenoblade X when I was 12 years old. I'm 20 right now. So I've been waiting for nearly half my life for this. I'm gonna be honest, I remember when this trailer right here released, because like when the first trailer released, I did scream. It was like in the morning, so I couldn't scream as loudly as I wanted to because a lot of people were sleeping, but I screamed and I couldn't believe that like my mind couldn't process that was real. But it wasn't until this trailer that I started to truly be like, oh, wait a minute, it's happening. Like my mind's actually processing that it's happening, and it's not just happening, they are actually doing everything that I wanted. Because I used to, as a teenager, I would sit there and I would just sit on my notepad on my phone, and I would constantly type up like ideas for a remaster, like what they would do. And whenever Xenoblade 1 DE was revealed, I was just like, oh, they're gonna do X, right? They're gonna do X. And then X never happened for years and years and years. And then
exactly, yeah,
it's the end of the Switch's life cycle, and then just like, oh yeah, X is coming.
And it happened, and Xenoblade X happened to release right before the Switch 2 even comes out. So, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's absolutely a dream come true. I'm so I'm so excited. I've played this game so many times, yet I still am excited just because they're changing so much, they're adding so much, and it feels like a love letter. And I really want to say that Xenoblade fans for the longest time have been way too mean towards this game and towards its fans, because I remember so many times on, like, I don't use it anymore, but when I used to use Twitter, a lot of people kind of dissed this game. They said it looked stupid, and they constantly were like, it's not going to happen, like, mainline games only, blah, 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 blah. But Monolith Soft has never felt that way. Elma has always consistently appeared in crossover content, and Elma appeared in Xenoblade 2. They had no reason to do that. They still added her, and it was a huge love letter. They still added Xenoblade X references in 3. In fact, a lot of 3 mechanics come from X. We even have Elma's class in that game. And like anytime they had like little celebration art, they always had Elma or Lynn. So I think people should finally realize that this is a game in the series just the same as the mainline games, even if it ends up never connecting to the other games, which I think it might. But even if it doesn't, you should just accept it, okay? You know, like, try it out yourself. You might have a blast.
I couldn't agree more. So, but anyways, I think this is a good time to end it off here. So Melia, where can we find you at?
Alright, so I'm Meliari Melody on YouTube. I make HSR content, but I also plan to make Xenoblade content. I'm kind of a variety channel. I don't make a lot of content right now because I kind of have a full-time job, but, you know, might want to check it out if I make Xenoblade X content in the future.
So, thanks everyone for watching until the end. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, comment, and share this video around. And don't forget to follow Meliari Melody as well. Can't wait to talk about more Xenoblade X with you guys coming next month. Hopefully there will be more news, more gameplay footage as well. Being able to know basically more to this game, and I honestly can't wait to see more. And as always, see you on the other side!